Hello, 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 guys. This is your girl Shanidra with Let's Dig Deep. Getting to the root of things, our topic for today is masking the mess. So we're going to start with the book of Revelations, chapter 1, verse 1. The revelation from Jesus Christ, which God gave him to show his servants what must soon take place. He made it known by sending his angel to his servant John, who testifies to everything he saw. That is the word of God and the testimony of Jesus Christ. 3. Blessed is the one who reads aloud the words of this prophecy, and blessed are those who hear it and take to heart what is written in it, because the time is near. So, again, the topic is masking the mess. And in Revelation 1 and 3, it says, Blessed is the one who reads aloud the words of this prophecy, and blessed are those who hear it and take to heart what is written in it, because the time is near. So today, guys, I had to do that myself. God told me the same thing as he told John. And he said the time is near, and I had to deal with the issue this weekend. And, the day had came, and I woke up and just boo-hoo cried. And I'm like, Lord, why am I so emotional? I'm ready to just do what you have prepared me. I watched a video, which I'll show you guys, Aliana Fix My Life, of this woman masking. I'll show you guys. But I realized that after I cried, and boo-hooed, I was boo-hoo crying, because it was like, I was more concerned of how the other person was going to feel than myself. And that was the problem of the mask. I kept putting on this mask as if I was okay. And for the other person, even though I wasn't okay. So I put on this mask like, I'm okay, everything's fine. Hey, how you doing? Woo-de-woo. But not recognizing that, I get anxiety just to talk to this person. So the day came, I boohoo cried. And normally after I cry, I could just pretty much wash my face, and, you can't even tell I won't have any bags under my eyes or nothing. Oh, not this time. God was exposing. He said, not today. You're not about to wash off these tears. You're not about to put on the mask as if you are happy. He said, I am tired of you acting happy. He said, now it's time for you to be happy. And I was like, yeah, but I don't want her to see me like this. I'm trying to talk to this person, and, I'm going to express how I feel, but I don't want them to see that, I'm already hurt before I even come. And he said, this is exactly what they need to see. For so long, you keep putting on this mask as if everything is okay, and it's not. And they never see this side, because you already you put yourself back together and you put on the mask. And I'm like, wow. So I'm going on with my day, and I initially tried to put this issue off, and say that I was giving it to God. And God put it right back in my lap. He said, the problem that you are having is that you keep trying to, instead of you dealing with the issue, you keep putting it in everybody else's lap. You try to put it, in your granny's lap. You try to put it in everybody else's lap but yours. You are the one that has to speak for you. So I'm going to sit this right back on you. So I had to follow Revelations and read aloud the words, as it says in 1 and 3. Blessed is the one who reads aloud the words of this prophecy, and blessed are those who bear it and take to heart what is written in it, because the time is near. So I had to handle that situation that day. And that's the day that God gave me. That time was near, it came, and I was so emotional. And He said, "You're no longer going to put this off on anybody else. You're going to deal with it." But I didn't trust myself in dealing with the situation. I wanted someone else because I didn't feel like, um, the person could hear me. So I tried to put it in other people's lap that I thought that the person could hear. And, but God was like, no. And then it hits home when, my son, he's able to talk to me, but it's hard for him to talk to his other parents. And here I am, being a hypocrite, by telling him, you have to let him know, because how is he going to know if you don't tell him? I can't tell him. You have to talk. I can't talk for you. This is something you have to do. And God is like, that's what I'm telling you. It was like, I had to put that in your face and let you see the anxiety that your child is having towards talking to their other parent, so you can see how this looks. And as you keep saying in your videos, they are watching your actions. So the way they see you dealing with this same situation, they are going to deal with the situation the same way unless you change the way you deal with it. So I had to deal with the situation, period. There's no way around it, like the word says. So I could no longer mask the mess that I was in, the hurt, the pain, the insecurities, all of this. Because whether we realize it or not, if we don't let it out to the person that actually caused the pain or the hurt, we'll end up letting it out on somebody that didn't hurt us. We'll bring it into our relationships. And I have done that. And it was just very interesting that how God, showed me that I was putting on a fake mask as if I was okay. And just me trying to wash my face real fast. So, I didn't show them that, I was hurt. Said a lot. God was like, I wanted you to show this person that you are hurt. Show them that this is what happens. You get anxiety before you talk to them because their aggressive way of talking to you, and they've always had this aggressive way, and you have to let them know. You have to let them know the same thing you're telling your son. You have to let them know. You can't put this in my lap. You no longer have your granny to put it in her lap. I'm not going to allow you to put it in anybody else's lap. This is sitting in your lap for you to handle. I'm going to be with you, but you're going to handle it. So I had to handle this issue because I didn't want to, I don't want my kids to handle it the way I've been handling. It's not healthy. I don't want them to be my age and then, trying to talk to their other parents. I'm thankful that I have broke the cycle of them being able to talk to me, but I do want them to be able to talk to both parents, even if it is uncomfortable. So I am very grateful that they are able to talk, that I was able to talk so they can follow my actions. And I was able to do it in a respectful manner, with God, because I knew God was in it, because it did not get dealt with the way that it normally got dealt with, which was part of the problem. So I was so grateful, so thankful. But it is important for us, as parents or as people in general, to, if we have an issue, number one is pray, because I prayed before I even went to the scene, and then when I was there, I also prayed again. So I prayed twice, um, really multiple times. I prayed that night, I prayed that morning, I prayed when I got there. I mean, I just kept praying, and I knew that God, anytime he sends you to a situation to handle or has you to handle a situation, he is with you. And with me knowing that, I did have enough confidence to do it. I felt like God trusted me to handle this. So um, if he was confident in me handling it, then I know, and I knew I had him, so I was confident in having him. So it just helped me to resolve, and now I'm able to um, express my feelings towards this person now. Now that I have let it out, and we have came to a resolution of how from now on, I can address any issues that I may have that may be tough. Because most of the time, the tough issues that we are really needing to have, we don't have those. We put on the mask and we mask ourselves as if that didn't happen, or I'm okay, that's fine, that didn't hurt me, or we I can get over that. It's no big deal. Well, they didn't mean to. Well, whether they meant to or not, that still affected you. Because that's what I tell my children all the time. It doesn't matter if I have the right intention, if I want, if I could be doing something and I could be thinking, well, I'm making sure that they don't do this or whatever. But if it's hurting them and I'm not saying it in a way that it's really helping them, then there's a way that I can change the way that I am saying it, or presenting it. So it's very important that we do not continue this cycle, and that we do what the word says in Revelations 1, 1 verses 1 through 4, I think. No, 1 through 3. So it's very important that we do what it says in the word as he commanded us when the time is near. So I'm very grateful and thankful that God was with me, for number one. And number two, that I was able to take off the mask. It's a big relief when you are able to take off the mask and address the mess, because you can get stuck if you never address that mess. You can address all the other mess, but if that particular mess is really bothering you and it's, trickling, you don't want that to linger down and continue that type of cycle throughout the family. So once I seen and God showed me that part of it was trickling down to my children already, with my son's anxiety towards his other parent, um, helped me to see that, hey, this is not really how you handle it. Let me show you the right way. Now that I know better, let me show you that I'm going to go first. I'm going to act. I'm going to not be a hypocrite. I'm going to do exactly what I'm telling you to do, and I'm going to be respectful. And um, so that he can know, okay, well, mommy did it. She was scared. Um, but she did it because she knew that God told her to do it, and that was the right thing to do. And so I can do it. So he can have that confidence in knowing that God will be with him, and he can express his feelings to his parent and not be scared. So it's very important that we do not keep this mask on, because whether we believe it or not, our kids are just basically mimicking the ways we deal with situations, the way we handle situations, the way everything. They are literally mimicking everything that we do. So it's important that we try our best to live and teach what we live through the word, right. Um, so I just encourage everybody to take off the mask. I have taken off the mask. I even was, I felt like I didn't have a voice. So I wanted others to speak for me. And and that's been most of my life. So I never wanted to speak. I didn't feel like people understood me. I think too deep. So I just decided to allow people, allow God to take over. And the more I got into the word, the more confident I got. The more God just kept building my confidence. And he built me up to this place that I can now talk about it. So I am so excited. I'm going to show you a glimpse of a video that I saw of how
Personality. The question is, does she know? I'm Lunel. I don't have a last name. I'm not ashamed to say that I smoke crack cocaine. I am, however, ashamed to say that I did not get the accompanying weight loss. If people think that I can be a hothead, I can. You better get out my way, bitch, before I eat you.
Living with a comedian is a mess. Anytime I try to explain myself, it literally turns into an attack.
Being a female comedian and a mother, if you don't build a block, you'll cry every day. To her, it looked like you closed the door and went on about your business. I don't want to think that I hurt my baby. We don't always recognize the masks we wear are a part of our baggage. And the more sacred we hold the baggage, the more chiseled the mask becomes. Do you think your mother knows that this is what it feels like in your soul when she's doing this? Sometimes we've had the mask on for so long that the thought of removing it is devastating. Get somebody up here to come talk to me. I want to break that window and get the out of here. This is a story of a mother and daughter in breakdown. And neither one of them understand the difference between the mask and their authentic identity. You abandoned her, and you can't make up for it. I am Yamla Van Zandt.
Because it wasn't only me putting on a mask. The person I had to deal with also had a mask on too, due to the way they were brought up. And so they learned to put on a mask and cover up the mess that was inside of them, the hurt, the pain, the insecurities, all of that. So, and I never knew, what they were covering up under their mask. So it was very much needed. The conversation was very much needed for the both of us, for not only for this person to see how I was or what hurt me, but also to help me to understand where they are coming from, where they are hurt, where their tough exterior comes from, where their mask is, where, why they cover up so much hurt, and it comes out as angry or anger. So it's just very important that we recognize that, if you truly want to be happy, the only way to be happy is in God. And living right and truly living happy. I said in a previous video, which I'll show you that as well, is that so many times we, try to put on this perfect picture, and we disregard the distorted mirror. We're trying to present this perfect picture in a distorted mirror. So we totally look over, the distortion of the mirror, the distortion of our life, how distorted it is, because we're too busy trying to make it look and seem as if we are perfect. And I don't want to look perfect. I don't want to act perfect. And nobody's perfect. But I want to truly be happy. I want to truly love someone and to be loved, and truly be someone that God will be proud of. That's my ultimate goal. I'm his servant. A lot of people, I'm going to go ahead and answer that question, have asked me, what happened? You like sometimes you just take these breaks. I don't see you on Facebook for a while. Well, my CEO is God. So the CEO of this company and my company and all the visions that come to me is from God. So I have to make sure I take a break off of social media and make sure that I'm doing what He has asked me to do and um, stay in my lane, in the lane that He has me to go, so that I don't move outside of His will, His way. So to answer that question, I constantly, yes, take time with God and make sure that I'm still going on His path because He will lead you in the way that you should go. You should never lead into your own understanding. So, as He said, blessed in Revelations 1 and 3 is blessed is the one who reads aloud the words of the prophecy. And um, And blessed are those who hear it and take to heart what is written in it, because the time is near. The time is near. He has sent signs and everything to let us know that the time is near. He is coming, and you want to be caught trying to at least do right, and live right, and not only for you, but for your kids or your family. It's time for us to be better. We can be better. It's not hard to try to be better than what we were. We'll be better for the job if the job told us, well, I need you to do that a little better. We'll fix that in 2 seconds. So why can't we do that with God? When God says, I need you to fix, that and do a little better than what you've been doing. Why can't we do it when God tells us, the one that created us, the one that gave us the gifts? Why is it so hard for us to just do what He asks us to do? We want to ask for things, but then when He be like, okay, well, He said ask and ye shall receive. Okay, and you ask and He told you, do this, this, and that, and you will receive. Be obedient, follow my commandments, do my will, my way, His way. And we're like, well, I don't want to do all that. I just want you to give it to me. Well, we ain't gonna do that with our kids. If they ask us to do, can you just please? Can I just get the piece of candy? And we're like, yeah, after you clean up your room. I said this in a previous video. I may play that one as well, but we'll tell them after you clean up your room. They come back 5 minutes again, asking the same exact question. Can I please have a piece of candy? Did you clean up your room? No, that's too much. I don't want to clean up my room. Well, you don't want a piece of candy. That's all God is saying. Then they keep coming, and some people will say, well, God, I don't think He hears me. I don't think He hears me. He heard you, just like we hear our kids. He heard you, but you still ain't done what He asked you to do. He said, follow my commandments. But you don't want to do that. But you just want Him to bless you. It don't work like that, just like it ain't going to work with our kids. They can whine, cry, do whatever they want to do. But until you do what I asked you to do, I don't hear you. I hear you. Obviously, we hear our kids hollering and screaming. But I don't hear you because you're just performing and doing all this instead of doing what I asked you to do and expecting me to just fall in and give you what you want. We don't do that with our kids, so why do we expect God to do that? Why are we so quick to leave God when He's never left us? He said, I will never leave you nor forsake you. But we quick to leave Him. We are so quick to leave God. Moment He don't give us what we want when we want, this microwave little whatever, right now type of want. Moment He don't do that, oh, see, I knew it. I asked and He still ain't. Okay, and you still ain't either. Just like your kids, and you're going to be looking at them crazy. Do you not love them because you're not giving them candy? They said that you don't love them because you won't give them a piece of candy. So do that mean that you don't love them? Okay, and that's how you do with God. He don't give you something, so now you think he don't love me. Oh, he must not love me because you didn't do what he asked you to do. You don't want to follow. You want to do what you want to do, and okay, do you? He gave you free will. Do you? Just like the kids. You don't want to clean your room, then that's fine. You won't get the candy. It's not hard. So again, today's topic is masking the mess. Let's take off the mask. Let's stop masking the mess. Read Revelations 1, uh, chapter 1, verses 1 through 3. Thanks again, guys. I hope that helped. Let's dig deep.